And here we are with our second year. As you can see, when we started with this team at the beginning of this year, this was not a good team. They had a couple years back, where they had some bowl appearances and were 8-5. Then they were on the downside with 5-7, and unfortunately stinking up the league with 3-9. Big Chungus comes in first year, takes that tradition from D- up to an A-. Easy good stuff. 2-1 versus top 25 teams, 1-0 versus rivals. Unfortunately, we did not win our bowl appearance, but 10-3 is our first real thing here. And that's not bad. I think we're doing good. We won the conference, we made a bowl appearance, and now I guess this season our main goal is going to hopefully be able to fill in some of the holes that we're going to be losing with our seniors, and see if we can't make it to a college championship and maybe even get a Heisman. As we are looking here, Arkansas and Utah are hiring, but these schools don't look like they are much better or any better, but they are in better conferences, and the point of this was to get to a better conference. But do we want to bring the Bulls with us to the SEC or the Pac-12, or do we want to go and join a different team? A- prestige, very similar to ours. They did not do good last year, and they are known to be a somewhat decent team, making a couple of bowl appearances in the past 5 years, but I think our best bet is probably to stay with who we have. And after all of that, there are unexpected job openings. We have a defensive coordinator at Oklahoma, a defensive coordinator at Alabama, a defensive coordinator at Clemson, an offensive coordinator at Northern Illinois, and a defensive coordinator at Northern Illinois as well. Honestly, there's a lot of good offers here. I would love to be a part of Alabama, but I think we're just going to have to keep with our team, because I think we can beat Alabama if we keep on the road that we're going. Unfortunately, as we can see, a lot of our seniors are graduating and or going to the draft. We are losing our king, our absolute powerhouse, Lee Sapp. He is going to graduate, and unfortunately, it is going to hurt us a lot. We're losing on our defensive tackles, our right guards, our middle linebackers, our safeties, our free safeties, our cornerbacks, defensive tackle, right wide receiver. We are losing so many key pieces, including even Jeff Alexander. It's going to be a very, very long road for us, but the rebuild continues, and we're going to be better than ever. At least I hope. So it's another season and another time to start recruiting people. So hopefully we're going to be able to fill in some holes, because we need just about everything. So as we can see, we have a decent amount of commits from last year's season that we were scouting. And most of them aren't terrible, but they're not very good either. So we're going to definitely try to do what we can. We did get a 70 overall tackle, so that'll be helpful. And we do have a 76 overall halfback. That should hopefully replace some of that magic that Lee Sapp gave us last year. And here we go. We can see Terrence Jordan, 69 overall quarterback, has committed to our team. A 67 overall wide receiver, James Rogers, and 63 overall free safety, Adam Stevenson, has joined our ranks. Not bad, not bad. See if we have anybody else joining us. Cole Mayo, another free safety, a left guard. We did not have much of anything going on this year, but we did get 2 3-star prospects and a 4-star prospect. So hopefully we're going to be able to do something, but I think it's going to be a miserable year. But Big Chungus, if you can do anything, we're going to, at the very least, give our school a winning record, hopefully. And here are our training results. It looks like our team did retain some pretty decent pieces from last year, and we did pick up a few pieces that have ranked up a bit here, so the overalls are looking pretty decent. We have a lot of 80s. We even have a 90, but it does look like the majority of our team is in that lower 80, but we do have some 70s, it looks like, as well. But I feel like for the most part, we may be able to do all right and maybe pick up some good pieces over the season. So we need to cut 2 people to get our roster to the right size. So it looks like we can't do Chad Dawson, so he's safe for now, but we can do Blake Osborne. It looks like he's just not gonna work out, from East Bradenton. man. I guess maybe UCF will pick you up, brother. We're also going to cut number 88 tight end Mike Brooks from Riviera Beach, Florida. 6'3", 243 pounds, and being a one-star recruit, you might do better somewhere else. And now as the season begins, you can see we have made it to the Pac-12. So we went up, we destroyed the top 25 teams in the American Conference. We absolutely ran them over, and now we are in the Pac-12. It's going to be a much harder schedule. Arizona State, Colorado, USC, Utah, UCLA, Oregon State, Washington, Stanford, Oregon, California, and Arizona. Washington State unfortunately was knocked back down into the American Conference. So it's going to be a fun time for us. Hopefully we can get some good wins. We are still number 23 in the nation as of right now. There's number 17 USC, number 24 Oregon State, and number 16 Oregon. So this is going to be a very, very tough conference. But I believe that if we can at the very least win this conference, we'll definitely be making our way up to the next conference, which will be the ACC, where we'll be taking on my favorite team, the Seminoles, and many other caliber teams like Miami, Pittsburgh, North Carolina, and Wake Forest. Alright, we have now put out all of our prospects. We did 2 of each position we need. We have 2 punters, 2 kickers, 2 defensive tackles, 2 centers, and 2 tight ends on our list. These are the things our team needs the most, so hopefully we are going to be able to at least get 1 or 2 of these guys on our roster for next year, preferably almost all of them. And there we go, I've gone ahead and scouted all of them. We are really trying to get our best players. So starting off this season for 2014, we are already starting off with an All-American and All-Conference preseason coach goals. So that's good for us. Coach Big Chungus is really getting some respect out there in the college football world. So, oddly enough, we're somehow starting off the season with a bye week. How the heck is that going to be a thing? The headlines are reading, the captain. The Bulls are relying on Walters and the defense to lead them in 2014, and that we are. We have a lot of freshmen on our offense this year, and it's going to be tough. Let's get some of our recruiting points allocated here and move on. How this guy going to be named Calvin Johnson and be bald and white? He's from Clearwater, Florida, though, so he's very local to the school. It should be easy to nail this one. Kyle Wade, we do need our middle linebackers out here, and Delray Beach, Florida, these local boys are doing pretty well here. Big boys. This should be an easy score for us. The only problem with these local boys is there are a lot of other local schools they're interested in, and if we're not high on that list, it could be bad for us, but we're going to still try the best. We're not terribly down, but we're going to put all our points in them right now, and we're definitely going to have to potentially throw some scholarships out there. Lee Wheeler would be a good acquisition for the offense. It looks like we are trailing a bit from Key West, Florida, so this could be a big pickup for us if we could play our cards right. Matt Fuller from Panama City, looking like a stud. Tyrone Hudson is one I really wanted. He's all the way from Ohio, though, so it's going to be harder for us to get him. It looks like Bowling Green's in the lead. We're going to put all our points in him right now, and we may even offer him a scholarship down the line. And we are on week 2, and we are somehow still on a bye week. I'm very confused on what's going on right now, but apparently we're back-to-back bye weeks to start off our season, and I don't think that's going to be very good for us. Hopefully we can get some extra practicing in though. I've seen it before, but I've never been a part of the 2 bye weeks in a row thing here. But we're going to North Carolina State, or maybe this is South Carolina. I think this is North Carolina State right here. Yeah, NCSU, I cannot read. This should be fun. Matt Fuller, a halfback, is ready to visit, so maybe we'll have them come right now and watch and see if we cannot slap one of our new rivals. So we are playing the North Carolina State Wolfpack. It's gonna be a tough game. It looks like our defense is evenly matched. Their offense and their overall is slightly better. But we've been faced with this many times, and we've come out on top many times. So let's see if we can't start off our first game in the Pac-12 with a massive W. Here we go, our first kickoff of the Pac-12. We're gonna start it off at the 25-yard line. And after the first quarter, it is 10-7, and we trail by 3. But we are not out of this yet. It is just starting. Let's see what we can get going in this next quarter. It was a stalemate for much of the second quarter, but we were able to score at the end to make it a 4-point lead. Now we're going to begin halftime. Let's see what we can get bumping. North Carolina State came back with a strong and resounding touchdown, but we answered right back with another score of our own, retaining our lead currently. The fourth quarter is about to begin. Let's see what we do. Our defense has been our biggest asset. Let's see if the defense can not only pull a big stop here, but continue to show why. The Bulls are a force to be reckoned with. And there we go. Matt Johnson could not make that one connect. And we have the ball back with 3 minutes to go and the lead. We can just run down the clock, or we can try to go for gold. There we go, a quick check down for a small gain, 2 yards. Clark with his 3rd reception for the day, and Luis Ross, our new quarterback, not doing terrible, but definitely, hopefully, will be getting better throughout the season. Slowly making our way up the field, see what we can do. Really running down that clock, plenty of time, and throwing to nobody. Ross, only 14 out of 28 today, about 50% completion rate. We definitely are going to have to work on that when it comes to practice this coming week. We are also 5 and 10 on our 3rd down conversions today, 50% there. That is a slightly better rate than last year. Ross tackled down for a big loss of 6 yards. This is devastating for us. They score, they make it a tie game, and now we only have 42 seconds to try and make something happen here. We at the very least need to get to field goal range in about 20 seconds here for us to be able to win this. Offense cannot be giving this up. That's a big penalty on us late in the game here. That's 5 more yards that we now have to overcome. Disappointing. Ross drops back, darts it. That's a quick one. And there we go, 10 yards. Will Hall returning for another year with the Bulls. Don't know why they're waiting so long. Wasting all of our time. They might try to make this go to overtime. And that's what I think they're going to do. Interesting play, coach. Oh, there we go. Oh, there we go. All the way down. Coach knew what he was doing. Oh my gosh. Henley, 27 points on the board. We're going to make it 28, and that is going to be a USF victory, their debut in the Pac-12. What a massive victory. That is a classic in the books. A big debut for Luis Ross, 16 out of 30, 300-plus yards. Could have done better, but he's sitting there at about a 50% completion rating for his intro debut with the USF Bulls. That is a feels-good moment. And there we go. We start off our season 1-0, giving North Carolina State their first loss. It was a scare in the season opener, but we will take that win. And with that win, Kyle Wade, he is ready to visit our school. He is a middle linebacker. We should have had players visit for this game. We probably would have had some commits, but let's get Kyle Wade scheduled and ready for this next week. We have 2 of our bigger recruits scheduled to come, and Calvin Johnson and Dan Beck are also ready to be scheduled, so this should be a good time. I also accidentally skipped the last game. I guess I didn't realize what I was doing, but we beat Stanford. That is our, I believe, our first or maybe our second win in the conference, so that is big for us. We are now number 21 in the country, and that is the highest we have been in the past 6 years. Big Chungus is really taking this team to all new heights without even trying. And we are starting the conference number 2. We are just behind Arizona State, so let's see if we can't win this conference this year and get our way to freaking the ACC. One of Big Chungus's goals has been to get to the ACC ever since he left his job at Florida State after being pushed out by some pretty spicy allegations that he was dressing up as Shrek in the locker room. It looks like going against Utah State Aggies, we have the advantage in every capacity, so hopefully this will be a big and easy win in the conference, and hopefully we can see this boost us to number 1. Here we go, the kickoff. We're going to grab this. It's going deep to the left. Hamilton, let's see what he can do. Coming out here, he gets a block. Pushing on. Jukes him, and we're going to go. We're going to go. Hamilton, first play of the game from the kickoff, and that's going to be a 94-yard return for a touchdown. Douglas Hamilton really showing off, showing that even though Lee Sapp is gone, we're killing it, and that's a school record. 3 more yards longer than the last. We end the first quarter giving up a safety to Utah State, but we're going to keep chugging on and hopefully get another W on the board. And it's been a close game. We're now entering halftime, and it's 9-10. It has been a bad day. The rain has slowed down everything, but hopefully we are going to win our third Pac-12 game. And we are down 15-10. We are hurting. We definitely need to make something happen with this last 5 minutes, or we may lose and drop down in the rankings. We are really pinned back here at about the 9-yard line. We really need to get up the field and get a touchdown. Quick check. First down at about the 22-yard line. Adrian Collins, second reception of the day, 14 yards. We have been struggling today, but we cannot let that deter us. We have to stay focused if we want to stay ranked. Here we go, Ross making his way just short of a first down. 8 yards. We are scrambling our way up. We only have 3 minutes and 50 seconds left. Here we go, and he slips down, but we do get a yard. Struggling to move up the field, and we cannot take anything less than a touchdown. Here we go, a big first down. Nice, 8 yards, Akeem Sims. Hopefully we can continue pushing up the field. We have to get something going. 7 points. And our offside penalties this year have been bad. We have to fix this if we want to get wins. That's another 5 yards added to us here. We're making this harder than it needs to be. Ross drops back, looking for a short one. Gets a block, and that's going to be just short of a first down, but that's 12 yards. Adrian Collins putting in some work right now. This is a nail-biter. USF really has to come back, and we're trying our damnedest. A run, a first down, and some. There we go, 9 yards. Jason Houston. He did some work last year, but hopefully he can keep it up this year. We've been getting a few big first downs. We have to be able to keep running this ball up. We have to use the clock to our advantage. Oh, he slips. He's running. He's running. First down. He's going. And that's a huge, huge gain for the USF. We're looking a little bit shook there. Oh, gosh. Ross may be injured. Looks like Ross is back out there. But that was a very big gain for us. We are close to realizing this dream. Ross drops back. He throws it. Easy reception. And there we go. 7 yards. Douglas Hamilton coming in clutch. There we go. And, that should have been it. We have Jordan in here now. This is his second play of the game. Hopefully Ross will make his way back to the field soon. Losing Ross may have been what makes us lose this, but there we go, a quick check down, another first down. He gets up there to the 10-yard line. Adrian Collins, a 10-yard reception. That's his 5th reception for the day, 47 yards. And that's 2 out of 3 pass attempts so far for Terrence Jordan. We are first and goal, and we only have a minute and a half left. We cannot afford to mess around. We go with the run. Oh my gosh, and we get about 6 yards. Jason Houston making things happen. And here we go. We're almost at the minute warning. We have to get in for a touchdown. And here we go. Can we make it? And we're just short. 3 more yards acquired by Jason Houston, keeping the dream alive for us. We have 2 timeouts left and a minute left. If we can score a touchdown, we will win this game. Throws it, and there we go. Jesse Clark, a 2-yard reception. His first touchdown of the game. Louis Ross, he comes back in, and he helps us make this happen. This is a big upset for USF, and we are so lucky that we had Ross come out and save the day at the end, and Jordan really did pull out all the stops. And we end the game by forcing a turnover. Ross led us to victory. Jordan helped us at the very end there. Douglas Hamilton, a big game. This was everything and more that we needed to show the Pac-12 that we are deserving to be here. And there we have it, 18-15. We hand Utah State University their second loss for the year, and it was a nail-biter, but we found a way to win. And there we have it. That is some massive news. Matt Fuller, the 70 overall halfback, has committed to our team. We really needed that. That is big. Calvin visited our school and went plus 150. We are in a recruiting battle for Kyle Wade, and unfortunately we lost Philip Mayo. Now we're going to make our way up to the USC Trojans. It's not gonna be an easy, but nothing's easy in life. They're 3-2, we're 3-0. Number 19 in the nation, USF Bulls. Let's get stampeding. And it looks like the Trojans have the advantage on us, and this may be our first loss. but we will try our best nonetheless. No secret that we are constantly in the face of adversity, but today it really is one of those things where we are outmatched, but we're going to do our absolute best to put up a fight. So after the first quarter, we have kept it close, but we are trailing by 4. It is 7-3. Hopefully, we're going to be able to get our offense running and scoring some points. And we have held our ground, but it has been a stalemate. None of these teams have been able to score, and it is looking not too good for USF if we cannot get something going here in the third quarter. They scored on us again, and it is now 10-3. We are really struggling to get something moving here, but if we can get a touchdown, we can make this an even game. And there we go for a big 8-yard run. Akeem Sims has been doing very good work for us this year. Lee Sapp has missed, but we seemingly picked up a lot of good ones in the draft. They score again on us, and I'm really thinking this is going to be our first loss. I don't know if we can get 2 more scores to make this even. We are 2nd and 4. It is the beginning of the 4th, and I think this is the beginning of the end for us here. But I still think we can make it to a conference game if possible. There's a good first down. Will Hall, 7-yard reception. It's not possible to go undefeated all the time, but these losses are very massive when they are in the conference. But hopefully we'll be able to get in the top 2. Here we go. Pretty decent. What was that, 2-3 yards? There we go. If we don't score here and don't get a good takeaway, it's just over for us, unfortunately. At least for this game. Here we go, and he gets knocked back just a bit. 0 yards, Douglas Hamilton, his first reception of the day. We are 3-7. We have to find something, or it's gonna be a sad day back to the locker room. Ross checks it. There we go. That's a big reception. Douglas Hamilton, 25 yards, making good for his 2nd reception to make up for that 0-yard reception last time. It is 1st and goal. And we are still alive here in South Florida, but we have to score quickly and not use up too much time on the clock. And we throw it away. Not sure. I felt like we could have probably ran there, but Ross did not feel like he was confident. It's 2nd and goal. Will we crumble or will we show signs of life? Even if we don't win, we have to put up some more points than 3. And there we go. Ryan Adams, a 4-yard touchdown reception. Ross has 125 yards on the day. And USC gets another field goal. And that basically seals it up. We're going to do our best to get a touchdown here, but I just think that that's the end of the game. And there we go. We just couldn't make it happen. 20-17. Very, very good, though. Over a 50% pass completion. We kept our opponent under 150 rush yards. I'm very proud of that. It's our first loss in a conference ever since starting this series, but I do think that we can still either win or either come in 2nd place for the conference overall. It was a sad loss in a close game, but it hands us our first loss of the season and in the conference. As it stands, USC was number 4 currently, so that's probably going to knock us down a bit, but I think we can climb back up. Now we are on week 7, and this is where we're going to end today's video, but we're going to pick up again. We have fallen to number 24 in the nation, and we're going to be going against number 17. That also puts us down to number 3 in the Pac-12, so hopefully this won't put us out of a Pac-12 championship.